All right, I'm gonna mute you guys as we wait for everyone to come in. Go ahead and mute you again. Are you sending it to me, Mike? No, that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work. I can't copy and paste it. It's fine. I got it. I'm on my Zoom. Thanks. All right, we got about 3 minutes before we get started. One more minute. Not very many people on tonight. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Thanks for coming on. First thing is I have to tell you guys what a dun-dun-dun I am, because I looked this morning to see why nobody was hitting points for the challenge that I put in the computer. And so I see it and I'm like, well, that's weird. I see the challenge there. And when I clicked on it, if you look at the bottom, I never added you guys in the challenge. I totally forgot. So I'm going to add you guys in it. So what I will tell you is, the challenge is habits, nutrition. I made that workout in your workouts. If you see it, you'll see fitness workout, and you have to do a 1-minute plank in order to check it off. You can't just check it off. So once you check it off, then you'll get that point for the challenge. I was going to just do a freebie and have you guys check it off if you did your regular workouts, but I figured I'm going to have everybody do 1 minute plank. So, because I'm just nice like that. So we're doing that. Better than 5 burpees, right? Because I've done like 150 and it's only Wednesday, just so you guys know, because at Orange Theory Fitness, Shannon came in with a brilliant idea for a challenge every week to do 5 burpees with your coach to earn a point for our transformation challenge. Well, I coach like 25 classes a week and there's 88 people in our challenge. So each person wants me to do a challenge, the 5 burpees, but I made a couple of them do them together so that I wouldn't have to do so many. Okay, so you will see the challenge tomorrow. We're just gonna randomly start it tomorrow, just because I forgot that they couldn't figure out why nobody was doing it. So that's that. You guys are doing awesome with the step challenge. Remember, keep adding those steps. I love seeing those crazy steps. You got some of you are like crazy with steps, which is great. Also, when you guys see the challenge, you'll see what the prizes are and all that. I put it in there so that you know what's going on and the points. And I think I calculated it correctly. So hopefully I did. And there's top three winners or top 5. I can't remember what I did, but it's there as well. Okay. So we are over halfway, sort of. This session is over on March, I think it's 9th, which would make it 8 weeks. And the next session would start, I think, the 11th or the 12th, whatever it is. And so now we are 4 weeks in, basically. So this is usually when I do like my come to Jesus meeting, like, how's everybody doing? And let me remind you of all these things and that kind of stuff. But I decided not to do that. I decided to talk about things that we are 100% sure of. No-brainers, right? First thing is, crash diets are not fun, right? When you restrict yourself, when you're on a diet, they don't work long-term. They never do. And they usually leave you gaining weight more when you lose it. How many friends are on Ozempic right now? How many have you have a friend, I should say? Sorry. Yeah, so majority of us, right? Did you all see Kelly Clarkson at the Grammys? Hold on. We're gonna have, this is part of this meeting is gonna be us talking too, by the way. But I wanted to, I'm gonna show you this. So someone posted that the Grammys was more of like the Ozempic Awards. Isn't that funny? Because they said everybody had that, that Ozempic look. The skin was hanging-ish. They looked jaunt. They looked too skinny. Now, y'all know Kelly Clarkson, right? You've seen her on her show, right? Isn't that crazy? She's wearing a size 6 dress. Insane. But watch, she's going to do exactly what everybody else does and gain the weight back. This was not even, so this was last year, or no, that was 2013. I had a picture of her from last year, 2023. That's how we remember her, right? So crazy. Did it go black? No. Look at her face, right? So she's going to end up in maybe not 6 months, maybe a year, because they can sustain that because they have the money to pay for it. Hold on, I want to show you one more picture of someone else. So she'll probably keep the weight off for a little while, but how long can you really do Ozempic shots? Right? It's like every star. So I thought it was funny that it said that it was the Grammys was the Ozempic Awards, not the Grammys. And they were saying how like their heads are so much bigger than their bodies because it's not a normal weight loss because they lose all muscle and fat. And I mean, I see it every day in Orange Theory. There are so many people that are doing it. It's insane. And these people are so skinny and their skin is hanging. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're crazy. So anyway, so crash diets are no fun. These people aren't even eating. And why would you put dieting yourself in that position? Right? Okay. Making yourself feel guilty because you're not going to the gym will not work. It might work the first week, and then you're gonna be like, I don't want to do this. So you need to find something that you love. It might not be the gym. It might not be, I'm trying to multitask. It might not be the gym. It might be Zumba class, right? It might be jazzercise is like coming back. It might be going to the skating rink. We just got our skating rink revamped. It's called the Astro Skate, and they redid the entire thing, and people are doing like girl nights out to the skating rink. I think that's freaking amazing. It is such good exercise. If Jen Owens was on here right now, she'd be talking, because she does, I think, every Sunday night or something, because that's adult night where there's no kids around and stuff. So I was thinking about, actually, and I'm sorry for those that don't live here, I was thinking about doing a Shred Tribe night out at the skating rink. I thought that would be so fun. I'm not getting any expression from Danae or Cheryl, and you both live here. So, but I thought it would be fun. So, yes, you have to be on it for life, or you're going to gain the weight back, just so y'all know. Okay. Next thing is, people say, well, I'm backtracking. People say, well, November, December, January, there's so many holidays. It's so much social time. Okay, so now we're in February. What's coming up? Valentine's Day. What's after Valentine's Day? St. Patrick's Day. What's after St. Patrick's Day? Easter. What's after Easter? Memorial Day. Right? June is the only month there's no freaking holiday. Because July, 4th of July. So you're always going to have that. It's 100% sure that there's always going to be a holiday in the way. And if it's not a holiday, it's a special occasion. Birthdays, anniversaries, kids' birthdays. Oh, I baked my son a cake. I had to try it. Are you afraid you're going to poison your kid? You bake the cake, right? You don't have to try it. Or if you do, just track it, log it, enjoy it. We all know this is true. Right now we're in winter, and even in Florida, it's chilly. 59 degrees is chilly, so everybody don't roll your eyes. I knew it. It was either you or my sister was going to roll her eyes, Bonnie. But as the temperature increases, our clothing decrease. It's a given. We stop wearing all those bundles. We're not up north. You guys are all hibernating, right? Under all your clothes, you layer up. You don't have to worry about anything. You get really white. You're wearing all the layers. Nothing happens. And all of a sudden, it starts getting warm out. And you're like, shit, I got to get ready for summer. It's not the same thing in Florida, but it kind of is. Like, we don't really go to the beach and stuff during the winter time. We consider it winter, right? So we do the same thing. So that is a given. When the temperature goes up, clothing comes off. The last 100% sure the last thing you should be 100% sure of is doing this, being in this meeting, or watching it on record, being engaged in the app will make you successful. 100%. LaCour comes to Orange Theory. She's in the program. Do you see how much she participates? Her recipes, her food finds, her motivation. Like every time I look, I'm like, it's probably LaCour when I get a notification. And it pretty much is. She does cook a lot, and she does prep a lot and stuff, which is awesome. I don't. But it's great that she does. And it kind of motivates me to try other things. That being said, the bagel that my sister was talking about in the Amazing Foods meeting that is lost forever, could not get that back. But I was able to get back the meeting from last week, and I was able to post that. But so we're going to do an Amazing Food Finds also, by the way. But that bagel thing my sister talked about was the flour with the Greek yogurt, mix it up, make it into dough, and you can put it in the air fryer, and it becomes a bagel. We had friends over for dinner. She's a chef. On Friday night, she came over, and she always cooks something for us because she's a professional chef. She pulls out a big thing of Greek yogurt and enriched flour. And she's like, we're gonna have naan bread. And I was like, oh, I said, my sister does the same thing, but calls it a bagel. So because she made it flat and put it, and did it that way, it was naan, but it was Greek yogurt. So not only are you getting the carbs with your flour, anytime you have a carb, you want to have protein, right? To break down the carbs. So she mixed it with the Greek yogurt, and it was not healthy, but it was healthier. So if we were to have naan from Publix, there'd be no protein in it. If you had the bagel from Einstein's, there'd be no protein in it. But because you guys are adding that stuff in there, it added the protein. It was so good. I have yet to make it myself, but it was so good. And I was so excited. And I took a picture and I sent it to my sister and I was like, you're never going to believe this. She doesn't watch my meetings. This girl has no idea. And she does it for her meal prep company, which I thought was pretty cool. Like that's how she does it. So I wanted to talk about that. Okay. I was hoping that there would be more people on the meeting because I wanted newbies to be on it, but unfortunately you're all been in the program for a while, which kind of sucks. So I kind of feel like maybe people forgot about it, but I wanted to go around and say, what has been your biggest challenge, right? But I feel like still being in the program, you might have a challenge, staying focused, getting back on track. But I think we'll have to make that meeting where we go around the room when there's more people. Like last week we had 15 people. I think it would be a better meeting than that. So instead, I want to talk, we'll just talk open, okay? Just openly. Do you guys find yourselves still like sometimes self-sabotaging yourselves? If you nodded yes, take your monitor off mute and tell me how you feel. It's gonna be like a therapy session. Cheryl, you're gonna unmute, I could tell. I can request you to unmute and then you'll find it. Hold on.
I'm on my iPad, which I don't usually Zoom on, so I couldn't I realize that I don't have a mouse pad.
Oh yeah, no kidding. You could, they have the ghost pads, but go ahead.
I do have a keyboard, but it's not on. Yeah, I self-sabotage a lot because I'm at my, I'm pretty much at my weight. Yes, I would love to be 7 pounds less, and I constantly am like kind of fighting that line, oh, down 3, up 2, down 4. But I'm really good. Like I'm happy. If I'm up that 4, then I'm right back on. But as soon as I'm like down to that good weight that I really love to be at, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I don't have to track. Oh, I can have this. Oh, I'll do that. And it's just like, I say to myself, why do I keep myself in this drama circle of gaining 4 or 5 pounds, losing 4 or 5 pounds? And so I do get, when I get to that one weight, I just sort of like, okay, I'm good. And then I'm self-sabotaging. I don't track. I bites, licks, and tastes much more than I would ordinarily. I don't keep my strict regimen of even vitamins, which is
Isn't that crazy?
Part of my routine. And literally no reason for. I mean, the one thing I'm very consistent about is exercising. That is my routine. I get up in the morning, put my gym clothes on, get to the gym, and I love that. And I'm so grateful for that part of my day. But it's and also according to stress levels. So whenever there's high, but life is like that. There's always stressful times and not stressful times. But yeah, I do get caught up in that cycle often.
Yeah, so you're not alone. We all do that. I do that. And when you talked about the habits, like the nighttime routine or whatever it is, your vitamins, same thing happens to me. Like I will be like, all right, I leaned out. I'm at like that percentage of body fat. And then I'll bite, taste, and licks and forget my nighttime routine. Like I'm like, I just want to get in bed. Like, I don't want to do my eyebrows and I don't want to do my teeth and I don't want to do all the crap, all the retinol and all that crap. I just want to get in bed. And then it's like, oh my God, it's been 3 days. I haven't done all that stuff I normally do. I am not drinking my water. I can work out all day long. I love the gym. That is not a problem for me. But it's the same thing when you start to feel like you're in that comfort zone and like that you feel good, then it's like, I don't need to do that. And I don't need to do that. But then you got to come back to that, pull back and be like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like why am I not doing my eyebrows anymore? You know, it's the silliest things, but like you feel good when you're doing that. And then you don't
Exactly.
realize it for a couple of days. And then all of a sudden you're like, I need to pull back. I need to get back into that thing. And I think because we put those habits with everything, like that was part of our new journey. Like they're associated together. So when we don't do one, we tend to not do the other. Right. So now we have to try to associate it and bring them back together. Now, you don't, and I say this because you guys have all been in the program, and you don't have to track every little single thing you are eating, right? You have to track the main meals you're eating. Think about it. And then when you start to see yourself, wait a minute, I forgot that I ate this and this was a big deal. That's when you need to pull back the reins and be like, all right, I need to track everything I'm eating. Like that's what I do. Like Cheryl sees me every day. So might be a week or two that I might look a little bit puffier. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I did have that. And you know what? I did have that. So there are times when I'm really good at not tracking and keeping on point. And then when I'm not tracking and I'm not keeping on point is when I need to start tracking again. And that's when everything else falls in line.
Exactly.
It's so crazy. So you're not alone. We all do that, especially because a lot of us are at that end. Like, yeah, I always joke around. I'm like 144 today. Okay, well, today I'm 148, but Friday I might be 141. But it's always that, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's like, maybe that is, there's a place where your body is comfortable. That scale is not going to move. However, you can still change how you look by building that lean muscle, which is why I get on you so much, Cheryl, at the gym, giving you heavier weights. Because that's when you're going to see, if you're going to keep pulling 20s and 25s, you got to start moving those weights and get up to 30, 35s. It's myself too. I have a trainer. When I train with the trainer, I'm like, I'm grabbing 20s. And he's like, are you freaking kidding? And I'm like, what? And like, he hands me a heavier weight, right? Because we all get in that comfort zone, that self-sabotage zone where if we only have 8s at home or we only have 15s at home, that's what you're going to use. Your body's not going to change. Make the investment, get heavier weights, and change up your routine. Like if you're always power walking, jog a little. If you're always jogging, power walk. Same thing for those that don't go to Orange Theory, just switch it up a little bit. Running is not the end all for weight loss, just so you guys know. You will never see me running on a treadmill. I don't want to be soft. I want to be harder. I want my muscles to be stronger. You can power walk, Cheryl. You can power walk, pump those arms on a high incline at a higher speed. As long as you're a 5 or greater, you're going to burn fat, build muscle. Running does not build muscles. Running makes you saggy. I mean, how many runners have you seen really at like half marathons and you look at their legs and their shorts and you can see like the crepe, the thinner skin,
Yeah.
the softness, right? You see them running and it's like this. I mean, it's how it is. You're not going to see a hard body, and winning technically because there's no muscle. That the key is muscle, right? So go heavier. Don't self-sabotage. All right, next person. Who wants to talk? I left this up here last week. I just went to drink it. I just realized because I don't ever sit at this desk. Okay, Stacey, your turn.
I knew that was going to happen.
Just keep in mind that we are being recorded.
That's okay. I had a pretty bad time, I would say from Thanksgiving-ish through Christmas, like that whole time, because people were bringing in food constantly, and they moved the snack room from downstairs literally to next door to my office. And I'm in and out picking up kids, and I'm like, oh, let me grab this, let me grab. And I couldn't stop. I had zero willpower, and I was getting so depressed about it and so frustrated. And I finally got fed up again, like I did when I first started the program, and just got fed up. And I'm just like, done, back on. I'm full swing ahead. My when I want something now, it's a freaking carrot.
Right.
So I'm
But it
like,
doesn't
put
have
the
to be. It
carrot
could
in.
be something bad for you. Just make sure you track it.
No, it's not though. All of a sudden,
Because then you want more.
I don't know why the carrot's working right now, and I'm
Okay.
gonna not
Because
question
there's
it.
sugar in carrots, but it's more natural. It's better for you than
And it's
grabbing.
the crunch. It's like I used to eat those stupid little carrots, and I was like, why am I eating? I got long carrots now. They're giving them away at school right now, like all these fruits and vegetables and stuff. And I'm like, I took a bite of a carrot and gave it to my neighbor the rest of the bag. And then I'm like, oh, I should have kept them. I actually like it. So the last batch they gave us, I kept, and I've had one a couple of nights a week when I'm like, when you're just sitting down watching TV and you would typically just eat nonsense and not even think about it. I'll say, okay, I'm going to have my carrot now.
That's good. Because so you need that crunch.
I think so. I think I need that crunch.
I'm more of the I need the hand to mouth
Yeah.
habit. So I cut up pickles or cucumbers and I'll put like seasoning on it and I get that crunch taken away if I don't have carbs left,
And
like for popcorn or something.
the whole thinking about Super Bowl. That has been a trip. My friend and I are doing, Jen and I are like trying to plan our days together. And like, we're like, okay, we can't fit it on Super Bowl, so let's do it Friday. Or let's put something on Saturday so it's not all on Super Bowl. So you're balancing out your days. So I've got stuff on Valentine's Day that I would have had on Super Bowl, but couldn't fit on Super Bowl.
Well, meaning your food.
Like food that I wanted that was like Super Bowl food,
Yeah.
but there's no way you could fit all that stuff in one day. So I've got my dip as my lunch on Saturday, which is fine. It's a chicken dip. And then I've got my other stuff on Sunday for the game. And then Jen had given me like this really special cookie. And I'm like, there's no way. So that's now on Valentine's Day.
Oh my God, that's so funny. So you're spreading out your food so that you're rationing it out basically.
Yeah, the junk and then balancing out the rest of the day. Yeah.
Well, in the cookbook, in one of my cookbooks, I can't remember which one, and also in on Facebook, if you go on Facebook, there's recipes. I know you guys aren't on Facebook, but I have recipes. There's a Super Bowl buffalo chicken tender kind of thing. Do you remember? I think you've had made it once or twice. Somebody's made it, but anyway, there's a bunch of Super Bowl recipes in there that are healthy.
Mhm.
I put them in there so long ago. I don't even know. Hold on, let me look. So the coconut crusted baked chicken is really good with like hot sauce and stuff. But the guiltless ice cream sandwiches are great. If you guys don't know what that is, you're gonna take your graham crackers. You're gonna cut them like this because they come big sheets and you can break them. Remember, like this. You take light Cool Whip, put it in between the two pieces, put them in the freezer. Amazing. You can roll them in like granola, even better. Those are great for the Super Bowl. I'm looking through my phone because I couldn't remember.
Not as good as the ice cream cake from Carvel that's shaped like a football. And that's the one I had to figure out how much of it.
Right, but if you got the crunchies from Carvel and made the guiltless sandwiches and rolled the crunchies in it, it would help though. It would really help. It's just giving you guys ideas.
Or just adjust the size from a full slice to whatever I had to adjust
Correct.
it to.
Correct. The baked potatoes, those baked sweet potato wedges are great for the Super Bowl. I have zucchini chips in there for the Super Bowl. I'm trying to find I forgot all about my turkey meatloaf.
Where is this posted, Shannon?
So go in my Facebook group. And once you're in the Facebook group here, I'm talking to you, Cheryl, so I went to you on my square. And then you go to files. And then you click files. Sorry, something's blocking me. If you click files, you'll see recipes. And then I used to write for a fitness magazine back in 2018. And there's articles there too, like once a cheater, always a cheater, carbs, when to eat them. I have a really funny way of writing. So if you ever read this, you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to hear my voice when you read these articles. Because I write like I talk. So it was published for a long time in a fitness magazine. So a lot of the articles, are you washing your waistline away with wine? These crack me up. It's been so long, I haven't even looked at these. Are your muscles thirsty? I should probably read these. Surprisingly unhealthy foods. Are you seeing it now? Does everybody see it there? Go in the Facebook group, right? Right at the top, underneath all this stuff, you'll see like photos, events, scroll all the way over to files. Okay, and then click on files and you'll see them all there. If you're not in the Facebook group, it's on your shortcuts. Okay, so that is a wealth of knowledge. And then in the, oh, you know, the recipe book that's in the app, hold on, I think has the one of the actual recipe I was just looking for. Hold on. Buffalo, oh no, there is a buffalo chicken casserole. That would be really good for the Super Bowl. Skinny buffalo chicken dip, Stacy. Loaded buffalo chicken bites. Protein pumpkin pie, protein brownies. So all these are great options for the Super Bowl as well. Sorry, I totally forgot about the Super Bowl. The Fiesta Lime crock pot chicken is probably one of my favorite. So there's a lot of good recipes in here. Just check them out in that recipe book. I'm gonna look for the buffalo chicken recipe that I was telling you guys about. I used to make them all the time. It's basically just chicken tenders with buffalo sauce, without the wings, without the oh my God, skin. You guys are all reading now. I have nobody's attention. This is what I see. Like every single person on there. That was awesome. Okay, so I didn't think I was gonna have you guys the whole meeting, but it's almost the whole meeting. I'm gonna be cut off in like 4 minutes. All right. Bonnie, you had said something about self-sabotage also. Do you want to talk?
Not really, but yeah.
I always call you out. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So tell me what you've noticed when you feel like you're self-sabotaging.
It's just harder at night for me, and I'm, trying to leave something left over. But I get home and, you said about like getting rid of the foods that are tempting, and it's hard living with other people who like just, they go to Moe's, they leave like these chips around. It's like I just, oh, I'll just have a couple, whatever. And and it's hard to track, and it'd be easier if I didn't stick my hand in the freaking bag.
So I can totally relate to that. Before we got on the meeting and you heard me saying, can you send it to me, Mike? We were ordering Chipotle. And
Mhm.
he always like, do you want guacamole? I'm like, no.
Yeah,
But then
and
he
I don't
orders
get
the container.
anything.
He orders the container for him. And I'm like, dude. So I totally get it. Here I am like getting double lettuce, double protein, light cheese. And he's like, so I totally understand. Finally, we don't get chips anymore. So I do remove stuff from the home.
Yeah,
I
I end up throwing them out, but not right away, because then I feel badly that nobody else can eat them. But I'm like, this is great. I'm the only one freaking eating them. So
Right. And it could go the other way too. I'm going to
Yeah.
order chips because everybody wants them, but we know really nobody else wants them. We really want them. So
Yeah.
we order them, right?
Yep.
All the time. I used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
So
What do you think about those adjustable weights? I got some for my birthday.
I think they're awesome. Where you can
Okay.
push them in and take them out and they're
Yeah.
awesome. Mike
It's
had bought
so
me them one
cool.
year for Christmas. I actually had him return them because I had weights. Like I have a whole freaking gym. I didn't need them, but they're great. They click
I
in.
didn't want to get like all different, you know, and I'm kind of outgrowing the ones that that I have free weight wise anyway. So, yeah, so I was like, oh, I want that for my birthday, you know? So now I can go up in weight without,
Yeah.
feeling like I can't or I have to go to a gym.
Did you
So-
ever think that you'd get to the point where for your birthday you want weights?
No, not really. No, I'd purged a lot of that stuff years ago. I used to work out a lot more and, you know, but
Like
no, I
the
don't think I
blank?
get to that point where I was like excited that, like I want to get these adjustable weights and how cool is that, So
Right. I know it's crazy. I see it all the time. Like for you guys, it's something like like an anomaly. Like, wow, this is totally not who I am anymore, but now this is who I am. And that is like such an amazing mind transformation. Like
Mm,
that's what this is about.
mhm.
Changing your lifestyle, changing how your journey is going to go, right? Because this is for your lifetime. Like you're not asking to go to a certain place for dinner so you can get mac and cheese and this and that, and maybe you are, but you're not telling us. But in your mind, you're thinking, okay, this is what I want because this is what's helping me on my journey, right? Which
Yeah.
is freaking awesome. Back to wanting to snack. If you know, like we know every Wednesday night we order Chipotle. We order Chipotle because I get off the meeting so late. He gets home from golf. It's just too late to eat. So I know when I start my day that I'm going to get light cheese on my bowl. So I have to watch my fats throughout the day because my fats go like that between my cottage cheese and everything else I eat. So, you guys just watch your budget throughout the day. If you wanted those chips, instead of having 2 pieces of bread with your sandwich at lunch, maybe have 1 slice of bread. You can have all those chips that you want at dinner. Don't restrict yourself from those chips because in 2 weeks from now, someone's going to bring those chips around and you're going to be like, I was so good for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to eat whatever I want now. Right. And that is the worst self-sabotage because we think we're doing a good thing 2 weeks prior by
Mm.
not allowing ourselves to have it. But now it's in front of you. And how are you going to control yourself? And the hardest thing is willpower. That's why we're all here. We know what to do. We know how to say no. It's just doing it. It's the willpower to do it. And that's the hardest part. So it takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of practice. Just like you're thinking ahead, you want weights for your birthday. Start thinking about what you're gonna what day you're gonna have Moe's or whatever, Chipotle, whatever, chips, whatever, and plan for it. If your birthday's coming up, plan for what you're gonna eat on your birthday, right? That's the way to do it. We go to a dinner club. We have dinner club. We rotate homes every month, and we go to people's house and we do dinner. I know on Saturday night we have dinner club. I texted her yesterday. And I was like, what are you making? Just so I have an idea. I need to prepare. Well, the first thing she tells me is she's making beef. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't eat meat. So what else will you have? And so she's like, oh, I'm gonna have beans and rice and plantains. And I'm like, so anyway, anytime I go to these dinner clubs anyway, I have my yogurt before I go, right? So I'm not starving when I get there. And she said, so I said, okay, thanks for letting me know that. And she's like, well, I know you don't eat that kind of stuff. So I also am going to do a mojito shrimp. And I'm also doing fajita veggies. And I was like, perfect. She's like, and I'm going to have rice. Do you want me to make brown rice? And I was like, no, I can eat white rice. White rice is pretty much better for you than brown rice anyway.
Less
So
than a minute left. Just letting you know.
that,
Less than a minute left.
oh, thank you. So I think ahead. I'm planning for it. Plan for it. Thank you so much, Bonnie, because I would have been cut off. All right. So I didn't think I would talk the whole meeting. This was a really good meeting. I like that we were able to talk back and forth. And I like that it was a small group. Next week is Valentine's Day. I'm making the meeting on Monday night, just so you guys know, because we're going to go to dinner. And if you guys have stuff planned for Valentine's Day, I'll put a post in the group. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Stay focused, stay committed. I will fix that challenge for you guys for the 3rd week in a row. And thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. Kevin, welcome. Kevin's new.
Thank you.
Welcome to the meeting. I'm glad you got on
Thank you.
tonight.
Yep.
Everybody, this is Kevin. Kevin, this is everybody. And more.
Hello.
This is a small
Okay.
meeting tonight. All right, I'm going to get cut off. Bye, everyone. Remember, always
Bye-bye.
keep that
Shannon.
see you on the app.
Bye.